I lost my train of thought. I feel like that happens all the time after babies. I think every pregnancy killed some brain cells and my neurons are fried. It's so bad. It's so bad. I will be in mid-conversation with my husband and it's like I have this one thought and it shoots off 5 different thoughts and I cannot keep my brain in one place anymore. And I will stop mid-sentence and I'll just look at him. And he's like, use your words. And I'm like, I literally don't remember what I was saying. All the time. All the time. Anyway. I feel like every stage of life that I've ever entered into, I've entered into it with certain expectations, right? I mean, that's normal. It's normal to have expectations about anything. I mean, we go to the grocery store and we have certain expectations about prices and about the line that we're going to end up standing in or whatever. And I've been disappointed by expectations before. I kind of try hard not to have too many expectations for that exact reason, because I don't like being disappointed. I mean, who does, right? But I try really hard. Like, I go out of my way to not hope for things and to not expect things, because I hate being disappointed so much. I didn't think it would be that necessary to dash my expectations onto the ground when I became a mom, because I paid a lot of attention and I've learned that what you see in mommyhood and what you actually experience are 2 very different things. So, first off, the biggest expectation that has been dashed to the ground, the biggest one. My whole life, I grew up being told that I would be a natural mom. I have worked with kids for a really long time. I always have loved it. I have always gravitated towards taking care of kids. I have the kind of mothering, nurture thing going on. I always have. So everybody always said to me, oh my gosh, you're going to be such a great mom. And my best friend, she even says, Jess, I need to reposition here. I'm not comfortable. Ugh. So my best friend, who I've known since I was 8, she's always said, Jess, since the day that I met you, you've wanted to be a mom when we were 8. Like, what kind of 8-year-old kid wants to be a mom? She always says it like that. And she's right. I mean, I've always wanted to be a mom. And I think with that, this whole grand expectation created through years and years and years of confirmation that I would be this great mom grew into this monstrous thing that motherhood would come naturally to me. And I saw all these moms who struggled with these things, like, feeling incompetent and feeling like you're never good enough and hating yourself because you're failing all the time and feeling like you're just screwing up your kids no matter what you do. I saw that and I said, I don't know that I actively thought about applying that to me. It's like I knew that could be possible. I knew that I could experience that, but I don't think I expected that to be my case. I don't think I expected to struggle with that. Furthermore, I didn't realize how big of a deal the anger issues that I had as a teenager would come circling back. Like, I did not realize that I was... Okay. When I was a teenager, I struggled with anger. I was depressed, and my very first thing to come out whenever I have any sort of negative emotion is anger. It's the way I've always been, and it could probably have some sort of psychological conclusion drawn, but that's just how I've always been. I have tried for years to change it. And throughout my teenage years, I got over the depression and I got through it, and I learned how to manage myself and how to control myself better. And anger wasn't as big of a deal anymore, right around 23, 24, somewhere around there. And shortly after I got married, I managed to really start conquering that anger and learning ways to diffuse it and keep it kind of at bay. Because I get kind of explosive, not crazy. I mean, I can get crazy if I allow myself, but I don't enjoy being angry, and so I do what I can to keep myself under wraps. I hate exploding. I hate feeling out of control. So I thought that I had it, right? I thought I was good. And then I had kids, and when they were babies, it was okay. Like, I had some postpartum depression, and it came out a little bit at that time, but for the most part, I was doing okay. Well, my daughter is 3 now. She's my oldest, and my son had just turned 2. And for about 6 months now, things have gone from bad to worse when it comes to my anger. And I didn't expect that would be such a big issue. I honestly didn't expect that I would be the kind of mom that yelled. I never thought that I would be. I knew that I could get to that point sometimes if pushed really, really, really hard, but I didn't think that I would wake up in the morning and the very first experience that I would have with my kids would end up being me yelling at them because, my daughter got out of her bed, took her diaper off, and pooped on the floor and then smeared it everywhere. Like, I guess I anticipated those kind of things, but I didn't expect the reaction that it would bring out of me. So that's number 2. You put those 2 things together, and all of the spirally things that I was talking about before that moms tend to get themselves into, all of these negative thoughts of, I'm not good enough, I suck at this job, I am the worst mom on the face of the planet, I am ruining my children, and they would probably be better off with literally anybody else but me. Yeah. That's been going on in my brain a lot lately. Like, a lot. It's been bad. And it kind of got like tenfold worse when I decided to start this channel about a month ago. Oh my gosh. So I finally hammered down what I wanted to do with this channel, because I've been thinking about starting a YouTube channel where I just sit and chat about something for a long time, and it's been something that I've been thinking about doing, but I hadn't figured out the topic, and I finally figured out, you know what? I am a mom living mom life as a godly woman, and that is literally the primary thing that I do with my days, every day, all the time. So why not talk about that? I'm passionate about it. It's what I love. It may not be what I talk about for forever. I expect to expand this channel as I grow and expand as a human being. But for now, this is where I'm at, and this is what I love. And I love being a mom. I know that based on all that, you may not have thought that that's where how I feel about being a mom. I do. I love being a mom. I love my children. But even more than that, I think parenting, being a mom in particular, is one of the most important things on the planet. And those that decide to undertake that responsibility need to do so with the utmost care and thought towards really doing it actively, not passively. I think a lot of parents go into parenting in a passive, oh, I want a baby kind of a way, but don't realize that they're signing up for a lifelong of being a parent. And this is a huge deal. You're growing a human being to go out and be an adult, the majority of their life. And whatever you do for the first, 20%, 30, well, more than that, 35, 40% of their life, less than that, for that first chunk of their life, that dictates so much of who they become as a person forever until they die. And then that determines how they parent in a lot of circumstances and the things that they pass on to their children, and so on and so forth. So I think it is so, so important. So I decided that. And I kid you not, within a day, I feel like I have been getting hammered with all of these insecurities that I hadn't struggled with to this intensity before. I have been struggling with, you name it. You name every negative thought that a woman or / mom can have, and I think I've been having all of them. It might be Satan attacking me. For those of you who believe that, I think that that's very possibly what could be happening, or it could just be my own self trying to tear myself down. I don't know, but either way, I have been trying everything that I can to push past these thoughts so that I can feel confident enough to sit here and talk about being a mom. And with that, I want to say this channel is not going to be a bunch of to-dos on how to be the best mom. I might have some things that I have learned that I can pass on to you, maybe a little bit of wisdom. I hope that's the case. I hope that as I grow as a person, as a mom, that I will be able to actually have a lot of wisdom to pass on. But first and foremost, I want this to be a journey between you and me, and a journey with learning how to be a mom. Like, I feel like so many people already have it figured out, or at least talk like they do, right? And that's awesome. We need those people. We need the people who've been through it, who've done it, who have it figured out, who know everything, so that they can talk to us, so that we can maybe have a little assurance that we have some sort of direction on where we should go. But also, I think that we need people who can sit and talk like this and say, you know what, I am struggling. I am struggling with being a mom. I did not have it all put together. I look forward to nap time like it is my life preserver many, many days right now. Like, it didn't used to be like that. It used to be only sometimes when that would happen, but right now it is pretty much all the time. And I drink iced mochas almost every day like it is my drug, because that is what I look forward to, because that is my bright spot right now, aside from my little baby son, my 3-month-old, who wakes up and has nothing but smiles for me. He's my other bright spot. But my 2 toddlers, oh my gosh, they test me and they try me so much, and life as a mom is so hard right now. And honestly, not only do I want to give you somebody that you can relate to, that can say, hey, I'm in the same boat as you, because if you're doing this too, if you're a mom of toddlers or teenagers, because I feel like they're the same thing half the time, then you get me, right? And I think that's the other side of this. I need someone to talk to, not maybe just someone to listen. I just want to talk about the things that are going on, and I think that's fine, right? Like, that's fine. So here we are, and that's the basic gist of it. I don't have a lot to say at the moment. I am trying to come up with video ideas, and sometimes I want to go along the path of how-tos, but I keep having this reoccurring thought of, how can I talk to you guys about this stuff when I don't even know how to parent right now? Like, I feel like I had it all together, and then my daughter turned 3, and now I'm just losing my cool all the time, and just, I don't even know myself half the time. I don't. So I have some tips for you on how to handle yourself if you're in the same place, because I have good days and I have bad days, and the good days are definitely related to certain patterns on how I start my day and the things that I do to have a good attitude, and the bad days follow similar patterns on the things that I do to start off my day in a bad way. So, if that all sounds good to you, please join me. I would love to join you, and for you to join me on my journey. I would love to have this journey together towards being the best mom that we can be, and all of it with a godly perspective, because that's my foundation. That has been my foundation for a very, very, very long time. I mean, that's my life as I know it, as I remember it, all began centered on Christ, and it's so important to me. And I think that informs how I parent so much. It is so important that I can't talk about being a mom without it, right? I start my days with the Bible as much as I can. I start my days with prayer as much as I can, and that changes my whole world, my whole perspective, everything, all of it. I would love to join you on your journey, and for you to join me on mine, and for us to grow together as moms. And not just as moms, but as moms who are trying to do things in a godly way. Because I think that is even more important than trying to be a good mom, is trying to be a godly woman. Because that's going to inform how you parent, right? I mean, your relationship with God is the foundation of everything. Mine is. And if you're doing it in that kind of a way, then it informs everything. And it changes how you do everything. So if you're interested and you want to continue to carry on with me and watch another video, then another one will be coming out on Tuesday. and I post every Tuesday and Saturday. And if you want to, you can just come back to watch the videos on Tuesdays and Saturdays, but if you'd like to get a notification whenever I upload, go ahead and hit subscribe, if you will. And if you have anything to comment on, any video ideas, or just want to share where you're at in your journey with me, that would be awesome. If you want to just comment below, that would be great. And yeah, I will talk to you on Tuesday. It was great having this chat with you, and welcome to Talks with Jess. Bye.